care when I hear my groove.
There it is. The magic begins. I just feel it. I'm gonna hit that button. It's like a nuclear bomb of comedy.
Alrighty. Jesus Christ. On my left.
I did say bomb. At Mitchell Verzi, at Verzi Triplets. We're going to be in Simi Valley at a Cosmic Bowling Show. I don't know. Rock and Roll Bowl. That's on the 21st. And then solo show at Vinny's at Fourth Wall Comedy. Vinny and Pants show.
Oh, right, yeah.
That'll be on the 25th.
They should have you guys play some of the pins at the fucking thing. Roll the ball in the same size. Sorry. It's too easy.
On my far left.
Well, Luke Allen, host of Live from the 405 podcast, at Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram. And I got a show this Saturday at the Fourth Wall Cafe.
Ooh.
Saturday night at 10, March 19th. $10. Eventbrite link in my fucking Instagram, at Uncle Luke 2.
That's going to be a fun show.
I'll say, Eric. I thought you were on it, but apparently not. You're on later this month.
Yes, that's what I found out later on.
I know.
Joe told me, he was like, the thing's got all fucked up. It's just really bad, okay? I was like, all right, I wasn't.
That means no more questions and Menente's.
That means I'm about to throw a gas can at you.
All right, and then me, I've got a show. Actually, the day this is going to be released, Wednesday. Come tonight. It'll be released tonight. It's Fourth Wall Fusion. It's half stand-up, half improv.
So,
You should come. You should. It's Zap. Stop. Look, it's going to be a fun show.
Can I get something that'll fit in the palm of my hand?
Oh, man. I'm surprised you're able to do that. You're not even drinking.
I
You had to have a drink first.
I've had to drink. Eric accepted an improv show by the Causeway. Look, Luke Walls is doing it too. Okay, Luke Walls, I want to get him on this show. We have fucking awesome comics on this show. Luke Walls is going to be on there. You should fucking check it out. He's hilarious. We're going to tell these really fucked up jokes, and then this improv troupe is going to make scenes out of them.
Oh, that sounds kind of cool.
It's actually pretty cool. It's called a Fusion Show. Check it out. It's I've done one before, and it was a lot of fun, so check it out. That's going to be on Wednesdays. So, but without further ado, I want to introduce this guy. I've known him for a long time. I've known of him for a long time. And we all got together. We're like, who do we want on the show? So Luke, absolutely, this was like one of his top picks. I was like, fuck yeah, if we can get him, let's get him.
Yeah, I didn't know you, but I've heard highly recommended, apparently.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, fucking hey.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
You're not on the scene anymore, Mitchell.
Yeah.
You don't know who all the hot comics are.
2 out of 3 is good.
Yeah, that's all.
That's fine.
Oh, 2.5.
If 2 out of 3 people in the world knew who I was, I'd be Kevin Hart. You think every third person knows who Kevin Hart is?
That's true.
Good point.
Your mom might not know who Kevin Hart is. She probably does. But
She does, yeah.
just a hypothetical mom.
Yeah.
Might not know.
She dates guys that look just like him, so she...
Yeah. I wish I knew your mom the way everybody does.
She's freshly single, yeah.
You will,
She's popular in the urban markets.
You do not
The way the Rastafarian Republic does,
Yes.
seem so far from comfortable saying that.
You know, she's a grown woman. She can.
That's the nicest way I've ever heard racist. He's very
gets
far
confused.
from comfortable with,
Yeah, she can do what she wants.
with his stepfather Dexter and his brother Dax
Yeah.
And Quincy. Yeah.
Reginald.
and Reggie. They've always got to him. So, without further ado, our guest, fucking hilarious comic and a badass, Mr. Ben Herwitz, everybody.
Applause button.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely, buddy. Plug your stuff, and if you got any shows coming up.
Okay. Well, I do want to plug. I'm actually in a TV show, and it's like a stretch to call it a TV show.
Okay.
That's awesome.
It's on Fox
Okay.
Soul. Fox
Okay.
Soul.
Is it the?
Oh, it's like a black...
And no, you say
They
Fox, and people are like, "Oh, cool. How can I find it?" And I go, "I don't. It's on Fox Soul. You can't find it.
Oh,
You're not gonna
is
find
it the
it."
network?
It's like a
So it's
genre of
Fox Soul, and I don't want to shit on it too much because it is kind of exciting.
This guy. Yeah.
But Fox Soul is the black spin-off of Fox, which is, I can't think of anything more ironic than that.
It's just Bernie Mac.
You go from Tucker Carlson to... I want to watch some black stuff now. After the guy with the bow tie finishes up. Their tagline is unapologetically black.
Wow.
And I can't think of a single person like who's like to themselves like I'm an unapologetically black guy.
Jussie Smollett.
And I want to, yeah, exactly. No, Jussie Smollett in prison he's the only one who has access to Fox Soul.
Yeah,
The channel says we are not suicidal.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
But it's called No Offense, and it's like this dude. He's a rapper who has a TV show, and it's like I think Dame Dash has every TV show on Fox Soul. Like they're all his shows. So this is Dame Dash's show.
I was gonna say, dude,
That's
it's
cool.
it's fucking
kinda
work.
cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Are you?
Sweet.
Until I looked up Dame Dash's net worth, then it was not so cool. He's not doing so hot.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I thought he like owned everything.
He did. I looked into again.
Used to.
He'll probably the thing is, if he made it once, he can probably make it again. But he lost everything, and
He's
he's
so
and
good
now
with their money. I'm surprised. I don't.
Was it? What? Do you know how he lost it?
I think he got ousted out of a deal with Jay-Z,
Yeah, he used to own Rockefeller Records.
of course, and he owned everything else that Jay-Z owned too. And Jay-Z like finagled a deal where Dame Dash is not part of anything anymore,
Yikes.
as far as I know.
Yeah, those are just
Maybe he has the first album or something that you can't really do anything with.
Yeah.
damn.
He's-
man,
I
I didn't know they were in cahoots. I didn't
But
know that.
again, this Fox Soul show is going to take off.
it is.
Are you like a
You
regular?
heard it here, folks.
Yeah, I'm writing for it, and I'm gonna be in most of the episodes. I think.
Oh, that's dope.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's exciting, and we actually might be writing at Dame Dash. I shouldn't be talking shit about Dame Dash. He's gonna kill me. Actually, like
No,
Suge
you
Knight
didn't say
style.
anything bad.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, he has no money. He's a loser.
I'd rather work with Stacey Dash. She's doing better.
She probably is. But I think we're writing in his office tomorrow. Or so. I've never met him.
That's fucking.
Have you
cool.
been to the office? Is it like
No, this will be the first time.
Okay.
So Hassan is the rapper. He's a Middle Eastern rapper.
You don't say.
I think I've heard of him.
Have you? Hassan, thank God?
No, I have not. Oh wait, Hassan the God?
Hassan, thank God, or Hassan the God.
Oh no, I have not. I'm gonna look him up though.
He has a single called "Sand." I don't want to do like the next Joe Rogan. Sand N-word.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Okay, I see.
That did really well on whatever YouTube or something. I don't know.
Sweet.
Yeah, but that's really the main thing to plug. I have some shows. I have a show in Venice tomorrow. You guys want to come?
Yeah.
won't be,
Instagram and all that good stuff too.
Oh yeah,
Where
Ben
they can
Herwitz comedian on Instagram. Ben Herwitz on YouTube and everything else.
HER, right?
Yeah, I'm the only person who spells it that way.
HER?
Yes.
Yeah.
HUHO, very common. I'm really easy to find because I'm the only HER.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
They fucked up at Ellis Island. Like that's not how it's supposed to be spelled. There's no way it's supposed to be spelled like that.
It's a good thing they only did it to your family. Dude, they did that shit to so many.
No, they did it to everybody, and ours is so innocuous. But that's not the spelling. There's no way that's the spelling.
That's like the phonetic way of saying it. Her, because
Yeah.
her is HER, and the other one's is like U, right? Usually
Right.
it's HU.
It's HU is the most common.
Yeah.
What was Verzi when they fucking jumped off the boat?
I fucking love that story.
Well, yeah. Long story short, how my family got here is back in Sicily. My great grandfather, the mob was trying to shake him down on their olive farm. He shot and killed somebody from the mob, and they're like, "Oh fuck, you have to get out of here." So he gets on a boat the next day, hop ship at Ellis Island, then walks to Cleveland, and then now he has triplet TikToking great grandkids, which is cool. But
They hear him groaning in the cemetery every day. You gotta put some more dirt on there, fucker.
That's amazing. How do you get a story like that? Like who transcribes that story?
Go ahead.
I mean, Papa, why don't you want us to do the dance?
My boys, they walk like penguins.
I don't know. It's one of those. I mean, I'm sure it's been exaggerated over time. Like all the old people's stories, they always get. You know, they add details to it, but pretty much my grandpa, his dad, was like the one that passed that down. And then my grandpa ended up being born here, and like when he was 5, got ran over by a drunk cop, and like was in a body cast for a full year, and was able to get out and like not be completely.
It's
fucked
spaghetti
up.
sauce all over it. By the end.
Yeah, he was actually.
The hospital's like, is that blood? Like, no, it's in the sauce.
He's crossing the street to get to an Arby's. Look, that's what he was doing.
Oh yeah, there you go.
My grandpa loved Arby's. One of the only people. He fucking loved Arby's.
Tell that story about him getting hit again.
Poor guy.
I never wanted this for you. TikTokers. Stand-up comedians.
Neither anybody else apparently. So,
Yeah, 1 million people, 1.5 million.
1.5 million Asians love us. That's very true, and we love them. I want to be clear about that.
They're in a pumpkin spice sketch. Dressed like elves, talking about candy cans. I'm going to blame some of the people in Hollywood.
They're people.
I don't blame them. They're smart.
I've never been happier for them.
We'll stand on we'll stand on their little backs.
If we're gonna go down this road, if this is what we want to do, Hollywood changed a lot.
Oh yeah,
and I think no offense to Eric, but the Jews don't run Hollywood anymore.
No,
the gays run Hollywood.
You're not wrong.
Have you been? Have you been?
I'm not a fan. I'm really done for this. Ben, no.
If you've had like a low level meeting with anybody, what percentage of those people are gay?
Well,
I'm saying it like it's a bad thing. It's fine.
At least one.
It's not a bad thing, but it's a high percentage.
No, you're absolutely right. It's
a lot of bitterness
funny.
coming out in your voice.
Why are they gay?
you feel very far from comfortable with that, Ben Herwitz.
It's kind of staggering, the percentages. It's just that's all
true.
I'm
That's
saying.
a good point. Yeah.
I will say,
I think it shifted a little bit. Like woke culture's kind of taken over Hollywood to some degree, or at least there's like there's a lot of boxes that need to be checked.
Yes, definitely
I
that.
think that's it too.
Yeah. That box, one of those boxes is not Jew. There's
they always find a way if they can get a couple.
No, we're in charge.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though.
We're checking those boxes.
And thank God for that though. No, because it was like, especially like where I've worked before, just like there were like a lot of Jewish accountants and a lot of Jewish creative directors and shit like that. And two, like you look at some of the creative elements of it, Jews were people that would work with black people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they weren't racist. It was just like, let's make some fucking money.
Yeah.
I think we can do
Meyer
this.
Lansky.
Yes.
And it's not just about like money, but it's like, yeah, this is going to be a successful fucking
And now
product.
Dame Dash is continuing that trend of working.
When you think
It's serious.
when you think about comedy, you pretty much are thinking about Jewish people and black people.
I mean, that's true.
No bullshit.
true.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, even the theater, because it was the Jewish theater, the Stella Adler's and the Strasbergs.
And Meisner.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're all-
Meisner, Leah Kazan.
Yeah.
Every
Valentine.
single...
Uda Hagen.
all of that was like fucking... I feel like we're getting way too deep into
This is very
I know
deep.
this is
Yeah.
the most serious.
I am. We're all wearing
No, this is good.
yarmulkes.
Somebody give me a dick joke.
Yeah.
It's like, is it...
How am I the only guy without a hat on?
So I gotta tell you one thing. You tell your Ben Horowitz story about
God.
fucking...
I hear these all the time.
I've got one too. Yeah.
I was opening for someone last weekend, and I told one, and he was like, "I cannot imagine you getting into a fist fight with a black guy on an open mic."
We don't know. Okay.
I didn't.
we'll
That
put
didn't
a
actually
pin-
happen. This guy
Oh.
brandished a tripod and like tried to hit me. It's a long story.
Holy
I was a different
shit.
guy. I was a
John
different
Carpenter?
It was a different time.
Jesus.
That was an example of blacks and Jews not getting along in Hollywood.
No, you guys were just trying to see how heavy it was. We're going to film something.
The night I fell in love with Ben was at the old Echoes on Pico, Mike. Remember, and there was that one, that real douchey, like that, like Big Lebowski guy that was hosting it, and he was like this kind of like stone hippie. And he would do the bucket.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Oh yeah, we got too many straight white guys in a row here.
Yes.
Let's get a chick up here." And then he would bring in all his friends and shit, like they're working man.
Yeah.
And he was just I fucking hated this guy for like. It wasn't a bad mic until he took over. He was such a shitty host, and he was just such a douche. And then you finally came in one night, and I think he tried to bust
You
your
remember
balls.
this?
Now I'm sort of remembering. Yeah.
I think he's a door. I don't know if he.
No,
for a
no.
minute, he was a door guy.
I think
at the
he
store.
is, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, but he was a fucking.
He
dick.
told me this story, and he was like, I fucking love Ben Horowitz. He goes,
I remember being pissed. I don't even really remember what
Dude,
happened.
you fucking burned him down you effectively took him apart. But it wasn't like insults like you're a douche. It was like, why do you like? You think you're fucking cool doing this? Like you're pissing everybody off. You're an asshole. You're a bad host. And the guy had nothing. He was just like, I never saw that guy so fucking tongue tied. He had no comebacks. You just fucking buried that fucker. And I was like, oh my god, thank fucking god someone did this.
Yeah, part of it's because people are normally polite.
Yeah.
Just in most contexts. So if you're like go out of your way to say exactly what's on everybody's mind, you'll probably never talk to that person again. But a lot of people enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know.
I think he fucked with you. I think he busted your balls, and that's what opened. Because
That might have been it.
Yeah,
too,
he was never like a dick to me, but he just the way you were in that room, he just sucked. He was just such a cunt.
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And I had no idea who he was. If I knew he worked at the store, I probably wouldn't have been as
No,
harsh.
this is before. This wasn't.
To be honest, trying to make connections.
I don't know if he's even still there because I don't. No one ever knows who I'm talking about. I don't know.
I know exactly. I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I know exactly who. You guys wouldn't even know who he is, but I know exactly who he is.
The only things I've heard in like passing about you are like things like this where you will like serve people up a little bit.
He doesn't suffer fools lightly.
To be honest, I was just like a very miserable person going to open mics, which is, I mean, a lot of people can identify with that.
Most people that go to open mics. Yeah.
And then there are people who like take advantage of your time at an open mic or try to give it. One thing that used to drive me crazy is people giving advice at an open mic.
I have a guy like that, yeah.
Why'd you point at me?
Because you know who the fucker is.
Oh, okay. Well, clarify that to the
this
fucker.
This guy.
I've never given you advice. Quit was the only thing I ever told you.
Yeah, I would get really mad and like see red and fuck and just go nuts on hosts who were like driving me crazy and taking advantage of everybody's time.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Ha-ha.
It was like. It was deserved. Like, you weren't going anywhere to be a dick.
Well, part of me is like, this set's not going to... I'm at haha at 5 p.m. It's not going to go well anyways.
Yeah.
So I might as well just lose it on this guy and see what happens.
Yeah. But also, like, I think a lot of hosts get away with just fucking around.
Murder. And people respect them because they don't know any better because they just started.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't even know that this guy sucks.
Yeah.
This guy works at, like, you know, essentially works at, like, Carney's or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's like some, but who like has a lot of pride at there's nothing wrong with working at Carney's, but being a prideful guy at an open mic giving advice.
Yeah, having too much confidence and just being smug,
Yeah, yeah. That
like, who needs that?
And it doesn't. Now I think it's kind of funny. I wouldn't even lose my mind anymore. But like 4 years ago, yeah, I was a nutcase.
God, that might have been 4. Holy fuck, that might have been 4 years ago.
I mean, who knows? Maybe 3 or 4.
It was at least 3.
It's been 2 years since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
So while we're on, I was hosting the Third Wheel Comedy last night, and I have never like. When's the last time you hosted like an open mic?
God, it's been a long time.
Sorry, I'll Venmo you. So I was fucking miserable. Like I was so pissed off because it's 3 minutes. Okay? It's 3 minutes. You have people getting up there and they're like, hang on, let me get my beer really quick. And I'm like and they're up there, they put it on the stool. So, how we doing? And it's just like...
Hang on, let me get my phone. I'm trying to turn my phone on.
You
so
have
those notes.
3 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
3, that's it. And by the way, like, we've known each other a while. Yeah. We were doing 3 minutes. When we were young, it was fucking... We were doing 3 minutes in bar shows. Right. Where once you got up there, fucking get it out. Get their attention and fucking hit them with jokes. Some of these motherfuckers, and then they come up to you and they're like, hey, what's going on, man? Where am I at in the list? And the mic is right there. So somebody's trying to do their 3-minute set. Can I see that list really quick? And I'm like, hang on, let me time them. I just want to see the list. It was like, let me time them. And they were like, well, can I go? Get away from me. And they were like, oh. Like, I heard 2 people call me a dick last night. It was funny because the host, or the guy that gave me the gig just laughed. He's like, yeah, he does. And Herwitz, I don't give a shit. I gave him 5 minutes because I was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, any of my friends come through, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes because I don't care.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and the thing of it is like, with these guys coming, like somebody came up to me and they go, yeah, could I go up a little bit earlier? And I was like, yeah, man, you got another spot to do? And he's like, no, I don't want to be here.
Put balls in this kid. Next day I fired him.
And mind you, I'm not having like all of my friends. Like I'll have maybe 2 or 3 spots, and I'm like, okay. And that's strictly for like the people that work there, or like I said, like you or somebody that I know. And it's just like, you got to be fucking kidding me with it. And I might give you an extra minute at the most, 1. But I'm not doing any time at the top of the show either, because that's why I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Like, if I can get somebody else another minute or 2, I don't need to do 5 minutes. I don't need to do that. So the other thing that pissed me off was somebody told me and I won't say who it was. They were like, yeah, I've been doing comedy for 15 fucking years, dude. I don't want to go live. And I was like, why didn't you sign up earlier?
Yeah. Well, and also, like, why didn't you make it?
Yeah, exactly. That was
why
my
are you
thing.
here?
You're haggling for a fucking spot in a 3-minute, and I was just like, holy shit! Like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And I'll say his name because I don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah. But he was up there, and he's talking to me about this, and I'm like, dude, just give me some time to set up what I need to set up. Because you're running the sound, you're running the time, and you're checking to see who's on the list. So what's funny is I'm like, okay, fuck. I'm going to do this. And then he's in my ear fucking talking whatever. And poor Ryan, the cable viewer, is right there. And he's doing his set, and he's trying. And I'm pushing the mic away because this guy's fucking talking. And then I hear go, what's going on back there? And I kind of look up, and I was like, and the guy finally leaves. And I didn't say anything. He's like, "You watching gay porn back there, Rocha?" And I was just like,
wow. Really thought outside the box on that one.
And he was, I heard people like guys talking. Is that you watching gay porn? And I'm just sitting there watching him. Again, 3 fucking minutes, Ben. 3 minutes. Not saying anything. Like, okay, I got it. Quiet. Go, buddy. Sorry, go. And then he's. I go, do you really want me to fucking respond, Ryan? And he was like, yeah, I do. And I go, no, I'm not watching gay porn. And then he's like, you do like watching gay porn, right? And I go, don't fucking drag me into this. And I said it right to the mic. I made it nice and weird. And I was like, good. Because all of you fucking newbies, like, just leave the host alone and I'll give you your time. Like, I'm
Did you say that into the mic?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I feel it. It's just like, I'm not even getting up. I'm calling your name. I'm calling who's on deck. Get your fucking time in. It's only 3 minutes and it's free. Like, you don't fucking have time. Like,
yeah.
Do you get paid?
Trying to get so many people on the list. And then, there were no more slots available, so they'll come up. And I don't want to do a bucket because I fucking hate buckets.
Yeah.
So I was like, just sign up here and we're going to try my best to get all through. We were done by 2:01. And that's, the mic ends at 2. So I was like, it's got to start at midnight and it's got to end at 2. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, that's what time they've allotted us.
Yeah.
So you're busting your ass as a host, trying to get the fuck out of there. And like I said, a good host is just shut the fuck up and bring people up. Because 3 minutes, you can't be doing time in between. You can't. You're a piece of shit if you do.
Yeah.
So to fucking... to pull your credits out on me in a mic like this, to just waste your time to say, oh, I forgot my fucking beer. And I was like, oh my God.
Now just say it's Fox Soul, if you don't mind. Emphasis on the soul.
But I mean, that's what I mean, though. It's just like, oh, fuck. It's brutal, man. So... Again, there is something to be said for being a shitty host too. Yeah, it's just like, because God,
But see, that's where it's like, in your situation, it's like when you're getting that sort of treatment from the other comics, it's like, oh fuck it, I'll bring as many friends as I want.
Oh well,
you know what I mean?
And here's the thing, though. And to be completely honest, my friends aren't fucking. It's like people that have been doing it a while. They've got shows that they're working on, and they really need that time. Yeah. So it's like. Yeah, dude, you got a show coming up, stop by. How many you need? Okay, I can give you 5. I know that's not much, but whatever. And but you're working on a fucking show.
Well, you're building material, you're probably doing something brand new, and you want to run it in front of people because they do get an audience, right?
Yeah, and that's what's great about that fucking show.
Then you let them up like, I'm roasting Steve Johnson tonight. Anybody know Steve? Like, fucking 5 minutes.
No.
God damn you! Yeah, it's just a fucking picture.
Oh God.
Oh, I hate the fucking roast set. Oh my God. I hate roast battles. I hate roast sets.
I haven't seen that for a while. Thank God.
I've been seeing it more.
Have you?
Must be
Oh.
coming back somewhere because I've seen it
for a while.
I saw like fucking 2 like the other night in 1 hour. I was like,
no.
fuck me.
I think there's 2 different. I think they're still doing the one at the store, and then I think they might be doing one at a smaller venue too.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch.
But I feel like that's kind of run its course. You know,
It feels like it's burning out. Thank fucking God. We're just waiting for the next shitty whatever
They might
fucking
be able to
genre
get-
that's gonna pop up.
I say they might be able to get writing jobs from it, but that's about it. Like small writing jobs.
Best case scenario.
Yeah, that's like literally best case.
In its heyday, yeah, for a couple of years it was fucking huge, and I think it kind of fizzled out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody tried to
pandemic
do
kinda
it.
killed it.
But it didn't jumpstart anybody's career or anything. Like it didn't really lead to much.
It got people paid.
Yeah,
like they got them
if
writing
they won.
jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the ones that like the top dogs like got writing jobs from
Yes.
it, which is great.
For
But,
Jeff
like,
Ross, which if we want to start shitting on people, I don't know if he pays everybody from what I've heard.
I'm a big fan of Jeff Ross. He got me free tickets.
There you go.
Well,
Mics.
listen, on this show we punch down, Ben. Please,
Yeah.
only punch people
No.
that can't do anything
Only-
at this time.
Only
right
make
now.
fun of Dame Dash. Who could do way more than Jeff Ross, by the way.
But I fell in love with you because we were doing this show. Where the fuck was it? It was recently.
Oh, that Westlake show?
we were doing this
That was
Westlake
such a
show.
shit show.
And I'm going up first, and they're like, "Hey, everybody! It's rich people galore." And there's like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
"All right, you guys ready for a comedy show?"
Yeah.
And I looked at Ben, and I was like,
Sounds like the
No,
bullet bar.
We both felt exactly the same way.
and I went up, and I was like,
You went up,
I'll
did you go
get
up
him.
first?
I'll get him. And I was like, "Are you sure you want me to go up first?" I'm pretty dirty.
And
they were
these
like-
people are watching a comedy show like they've never seen
Yes.
comedy before. They all know each other from church. Did you know that?
Oh my God, no!
They're in
shit.
some like weird church where they murder people. You know, like a rich person church. Everybody's
yeah.
got slick back hair and works for Berkshire Hathaway. It's
Yes.
like some sort
Epstein
of
shit.
scummy Calabasas
Oh fuck!
mega millionaire church.
Yeah, that's like all the parents that go to like Oaks Christian. Their
Yes.
kids go there. That's like
That's
Westlake
what
is a very snooty,
That-
like very high class.
That's what it seemed like, and I do want Eric to finish because it was funny.
Like a fucking eyes wide shut ritual.
Yes.
Just like fucking-
Yes.
So I'm like, "You want me to go for it?" They're like, "Yeah, is that okay?" And the chick comes up and she's like, "Yeah, I do real estate, but I do comedy too." And I was
Ooh.
like,
Oh,
"Okay,
boy.
cool. You know, yeah, it's your hustle." She's like,
The realtor
"I haven't done
comic."
comedy in a long time." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "Yeah, but you know this crowd, I know them, so it'll be fine." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool."
That's always good. That's
And
that's
she
the
walks
confidence.
away, and I'm like, "What the fuck? That's such a okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you know all these fucking people." So they bring me up, and I don't know if I was just annoyed or whatever the fuck it was, but I hit him with the gay shit harder than I should have. And I do a little bit of crowd. We're like, "Right, sir?" And he's just like, and I was like, "All right, fuck it." And I was just so annoyed, and I was like, "I'm just gonna do this material. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here." So do the material, and then I see Ben come on, and Ben, you were like second to last, or where were you?
I was
Like,
towards the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
towards the end, and Ben just mows these motherfuckers down. I mean, it was legitimate. Like he called in the helicopter, da 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 da, and I mean he fucked with everybody in that.
You
room.
helped a lot because I was like this is bullshit. Why are we doing a show for these people? We're not getting paid. Why the fuck did I drive to Thousand Oaks to do this? I was just angry about it, and you're like just let them know. You were just like, tell them. And that's basically what I did.
I was gonna say he actually said those same things. Why did I drive down here?
I think I asked them what their net worth was.
And dude, comics in the back were like, "Yes."
Yeah.
That's
He's the patron saint of the angry comic.
You
fucking
really
band.
were.
Well,
Oh,
it
it
was-
was so fucking. All of us were like fucking holding hands, like fucking.
Well, because you did fine, but there was a good like hour there where there was nothing. There was no response.
How'd the real estate comic do?
Oh, she's horrible.
Yeah.
She goes up and she's like, so I'm a real estate, and like, just don't open with that.
And it was legitimately that blunt. Like, I'm in real estate.
Yeah. So sometimes you get like a weird. You have to show a house, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is this lady talking about?"
She's literally telling you about her day. I hate that.
All of us were like,
So many comics do that.
oh,
When I did my laundry today, there's like no punchline. There's nothing even funny. They're literally fucking reading
and
their
if-
diary to you. You're like, what the fuck is happening?
If something happened, if you're going through something, maybe you do have to do that. But there are a lot of comics who talk about nothing that happened that day.
Yeah.
And this lady has never done stand-up before, really.
and that's why I was like, why are you telling me all this shit?
People
lady?
love,
Yeah.
they love titles.
I've never seen you before, and I don't honestly like. You're hosting. That's cool. Like I don't. Just bring us up and we'll have beers after. Like she was just like. She started talking about real estate, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about real estate.
Oh,
lady.
real estate people fucking love to talk about real estate. I got a couple friends back home that got into it. Fuck is that? I just bought this property over in fucking 100 Oaks, and it's good about 10 acres. It's like, shut the fuck up! I don't care. I don't want to fucking hear about this. It's the most boring shit on the planet.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm telling you though, Ben, it was like fucking. You could put butter on it and eat it. I was like, oh my god.
Well, it's also fun because it's like, who am I going to upset here?
Yeah, they already hate you.
They're not paying me.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of real estate people. And by the end of it, some of them were laughing. A lot of them were very
fuck
confused. A lot of them were very confused. But at least some of them got it and were on board, and the comics were fine with it,
Oh, we were more than fine with it.
that
we
was-
were building a statue when you're out. We were assembling gold.
Yeah, rose petals for you to
Let's
walk
build a
on.
little fucking statue of Ben.
It's pretty much the opposite of professional comedy, which is fun occasionally. Where the goal is not to be friends with them or make them laugh. You can do whatever the fuck you want, and maybe that works. It proves that occasionally going the exact opposite direction it can work.
And that's the thing.
Because it's
of it,
real.
is
Because you're doing real shit. It's not like shtick. You're fucking.
Yeah.
You're like not bullshit with it.
That being said, if I was doing like a weekend at a casino and I did that, I would be fired immediately.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But those people also live in the world of like bullshit. So when somebody's actually like telling them how it is, they don't know how to react.
Yes.
Well, here's what's great is and it should be said for this because like comics sometimes will listen to the show. He wasn't shitting on them for being. It was their disinterest, and he was still doing He was still telling jokes about it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Why did I fucking come here?" He's like, "You could tell where my car is." It's not a Mercedes. Like people were like chuckling at that, and like chuckling. Anywhere else, he's getting belly laughs because these jokes were fucking solid. Like I said, I'll be honest with you, I was dying in the back, and I was like. Oh my god! And it's fun, and you're just like you just you're like, fucking get the stick out of your ass, people. Like when you're watching a comic do well, and you're like, you don't deserve half the jokes that he's giving you motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, I hate that fucking feeling.
And I mean, I know that sounds really elitist, but I was up there and I was like, fucking, I was ready to throw fucking rolls and cinnamon. Well, let me mess some of the rolls, but
look at that. I was gonna throw them. I felt a couple crumbs hit me, but it was. Eric had fucking pastry all over his face. What's in your beard there?
That's a good Batman villain.
Yeah.
Cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
You just won't stop eating the roll.
He robs all the pastry.
We've got you now, Batman.
Someone get him a Cinnabon.
You can be my underling.
He slips in the frosting. That's his trick. When the cops chase him, he squirts it and he fucking. Whoa! I like this. Good idea.
I have an EpiPen that shoots fucking cinnamon.
Yeah. Good riff.
That's pretty good.
Good riff.
That could be on SNL. That's not bad.
But no, it's actually funny, so it won't be.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But they for like those really snooty rich shows, they treat you as like, okay, you're the jester. That's it.
No, it is
I don't have to give you my attention if I don't want to.
No.
You're just there, and maybe I'll laugh if I want to. That's like literally what those shows are.
Well, they kind of laugh. They want attention when they laugh. Mm-hmm. I've done enough shows. Like I've done enough shows like that to know that I just like had nothing to lose doing that kind of show. Because I've done Palm Springs before, which is similar sometimes.
Yeah, similar vibe.
And Santa Barbara.
Yep.
Those two demographics. It's just like
stuffy ass.
You are so rich, you can't laugh. You can't laugh at anything that I'm gonna say.
It's true. though.
They only laugh at other rich shit.
No, it's like you're gonna laugh at like a parasailing joke or something. Like I don't have that for you. I didn't go hang gliding today. I don't have any jokes for you.
The catamaran humor.
If people made your nut this month, Seinfeld would be here. So
yes.
How do you like this? How do you
Instead
like
of yacht
now?
rock, it's like yacht comedy.
That exists.
Yeah.
It is.
If you do a show if you do like a wine bar in Santa Barbara, that is the demographic. Unless you luck out and get nothing but Mexican people, which is great.
I will say the one show I did in Santa Barbara, it was a brewery and it was Mexicans and they just wanted to get roasted.
No, that's awesome. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's funny though because how long have you been doing this?
5 years.
Damn, it feels like longer. I feel like because I've known you. For
I was probably doing mics like when I first started with you.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
I never knew if you liked me or not. We always had kind of a.
Well, I didn't even really know you.
We were
That's
like,
funny
okay,
though.
Is this good or bad? Because I'd see you and I'd be like, Ben, and you'd be like, hey, and then we would just kind of wander off into her. And then I was like, no, he's funny though. I was like, he's definitely funny.
That's funny, man. I just assume I think when you started, at least when I started, I was so paranoid. I assumed everybody hated me. You never know what's going on.
I think that
You read too much into everything because it feels like it's high stakes, and then a few years later, you're like, why did I care about any of that?
What I remember too is I remember doing mics with you where it was just like we were fighting for attention, and then it was just like, hi, okay, we're gonna turn this off now, and we're gonna do some comedy. You guys ready for some comedy? And we were just to the back like,
yeah.
Oh god, yeah. The fucking worst.
Well, pre-slotted, any of this stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yep.
And it was actually, in hindsight, more fun. That was better.
It was a kick in the ass.
Yeah.
See, the original Fourth Wall was great, where it was like just a running list, and it was like, all right, like I know always Jake Cannon, we reference him as like anytime he was on there and we were even remotely in the vicinity of going around him, he would spend his whole set just railing the three of us.
This was Tom Allen before he was Chad.
Yes, before Chad.
Right.
No, I remember that. I used to see him when I first started. Mm-hmm. Thought he was hilarious. Now he sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Tom said he hasn't changed at all. He's exactly
Tom's
the same.
great. Yeah.
The sweetest guy on the planet.
Whenever I see that guy, I'll always look over. Tom.
Yeah.
Hello.
He has no attitude whatsoever. They're doing so well.
Yeah, they're doing great. Yeah, I think he's on that show on Wednesday in Simi Valley.
Oh, nice.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he still does mics.
He does everything.
Mics and shit shows up. I'm like, that's fucking cool. Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, dude, you always knew like it was such a beautiful response too, and it was just funny because all the comics would be dying. Like I said, we would share like a Ben Herwitz story. Like, oh my god. So fucking
yeah,
funny.
there's a couple at the haha too where you like went off or something. I can't remember one of it.
But it was never
They're
like
great.
It was never like this guy's a dick. It was like
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it was always in retaliation for something. It was never like, or almost always like somebody fucking
Pretty much
something
always.
was like really, really wrong that had to be addressed, and you finally fucking did. Everyone's like, thank fucking God, this guy.
It kind of, I feel like it was punching up a little, and also it's just miserable. When you're sitting there for 3 hours and it's that bad.
Yeah.
It's nice when someone says something, and to be honest, I was like, what am I going to do? Run the 3 minutes that I like? I'll just go after this guy. And that was before I was doing shows. I didn't even know any better.
Yeah.
And I just felt good to get a fucking real laugh at an open mic. You know, that kind of that was, I don't know. And I was a vicious, miserable, anxious person taking it out on everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, it's that or you like shoot up a school. You got to go one way or the other.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I look like the guy who would shoot up an open mic, but I know I might have been near the top of the list.
Oh shit! Man. It was fucking hosting that third wheel. I like doing it. I really do.
I gotta go find it. It's just so fucking late.
Because it's
Dying
like
to combine them.
I'm curious about this. So I'm finally starting to let this go a little bit, but like injustice in comedy, which is like, how could there not be injustice? It's the entertainment industry. Nobody gives a fuck. It's happenstance most of the time. It's random. But injustice used to make me so angry. Like when someone was famous and I didn't think they were good. Or when someone at an open mic, when someone says, "Hey, that was great," and I'm like, "Why are you saying that to him? That was bad.
Yeah.
Don't tell him that was. That guy sucks." And then if you meant it, I'm like, "Now you suck too. That guy sucks now because he said that guy's good."
Yeah.
That used to make, and now I live with it. It's fine. I can handle it. But
when you point your finger, I almost slapped it at him.
A lot of injustice over here.
There's a sinkhole of injustice. the table and the drinks.
It used to make me, obviously, I'm not talking about anybody at this table, but it used to make me so, I'm not. It used to make me, and I can name, when we turn all the lights off, I'll name some names.
Takes about 5 minutes.
Used to make me so mad.
We'll save that for a Patreon.
Yeah, if you want, no, seriously, I would actually love to do that.
That would be fucking
If I was willing to like commit career suicide, I would love, like long term, this is long term suicide, but I would love to do a Patreon where I just name all the it'll be a 1 minute Patreon. It'll cost $1,000. I name every comic who I think does not deserve what they have.
It's only 1 minute. Jesus.
Maybe two, just really fast. It's like credits in a movie.
Oh right, yeah. At the end of the medical ad when they all the fucking side effects.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that used to really bother me was like some of the fresh faces they would do.
Yeah.
Like some of those shows, I'd be like, why is there a porn star on here when there's like dudes that have been like comics that have been doing it for like 8 or 10 years and like are legit funny.
Yes.
And now you're gonna get some girl that has like some OnlyFans that gets DP.
100%. And why is the OnlyFans girl only the 5th least funny on the lineup?
That might be a specific club you're talking about.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of people who, it's like, why are they fresh? Why is that a fresh face?
You're right, and it's funny though, because too, over time and doing it, you do like learn to kind of like, okay, well, I'm coming up, so then, and you do like you'll go up, and it's funny because I've seen people struggle to follow you, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's about right. Like that's because some people don't fucking belong on this show, and it's just like.
But that's like the only solace you could possibly get is burying somebody you hate.
Yep.
Who you think sucks, who someone said was good.
Yeah. Well, and hear the lamentations of their women.
It always eventually evens out. It just sucks in the moment.
In the long run, none of this matters at all.
Nope.
Maybe it's like it's something that you could pivot and then you could talk about something else that way. You could find a way to talk about Ukraine that way or whatever. If you could potentially.
I feel like most people just try to do stand-up to parlay it into like something like as long as you do stand-up to try and make money, either doing stand-up or like something else other than stand-up, like writing or like whatever.
Yeah.
And like once you get out of that little rut, it's like there's so much more relief with that. You know?
Once you're paying your bills.
I'm not following you.
No,
what the fuck are you talking about?
I know what he's
Like, once you transition into like
you
a
don't
writer.
care. You don't care as much when you have a little bit of success. So like the injustices.
I got
They
it.
they might have a short term like win, but like long term that's that's not going to pay off.
Very successul people don't care about that stuff at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no way.
Well, it's
no one at this table, but you know.
Yeah, I agree. That's I'm still mad.
The Josh Potter helped me with making peace of that. Like,
he's great.
To not be as fucking angry because that guy would come to fourth wall and I'm like, you're doing fucking incredible shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go to 7-Eleven and I'm going to get a few beers. And we were always so happy to see him. And it was just like, and I like, it's funny to see like those comics, see other comics like that. And they're just like, oh, okay, I get what this is. You're like, yep, that's exactly what it is. They're like, okay, well, I'm still coming up like this, right? They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck at all. So, yeah, it is funny to kind of lash out every once in a while. But again, I think, we're coming to a point where it's just like, I'm happy that as that host, that's why I will give like you 5 minutes is because I'm like, I'm going to give him 5. Like, and because... There's like you're worried about bringing your beer on stage, and I'm like I don't give a fuck.
Even
like,
for a 10-minute set, much less a 3-minute set, you should not have anything to drink on stage.
Yeah.
If you're headlining, bring one bottle of water. So the ratio, if you brought a full drink on stage for a 3-minute set, a headliner would bring 2 gallons of water on stage. If you're consuming that much liquid while you're up there.
Fucking Robin Williams. Oh my God.
I think that's what you're talking about, though. Like, some of those comics, that's where they're like, oh, this is my big fucking break right here.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, it's not. Like, you know that it's not.
It takes a while to know that it's not. And it takes a while. I think advice is helpful. Perspective from someone else is helpful. But also, you just get exhausted. You use so much energy being angry.
Yep.
And anger's the same thing. It comes from the same place. Really, what ends up happening is you use so much energy being angry, you just are sad at the end.
You're all tired. Yeah. I'm a little hungry.
Yeah, exactly. It's just quiet.
Should have bought that brownie with walnuts
Deep
I
down-
saw in the window.
Yeah, once you exhaust yourself, you have nothing to say. You're sad. You realize you're sad and tired, and it's such a waste of energy to be so mad at Ryan the Cable Viewer.
Oh yeah.
Who will be so hard not to.
Who will honestly here's our if you're mad at Ryan the Cable Viewer, he'll be dead very soon. and you're not going to kill him. The world will kill him. and he knows. That guy's like fucking on medication. Like, what is he on all the time? I don't know. We don't need to go off on Ryan the Cable Viewer.
medication. Yeah. He's on this. Look, this is proof.
Honestly, 2 years ago, not even 2 years ago, that's something I would do at an open mic. I would name the medications Ryan the Cable Viewer was on.
There goes your 3 minutes.
Yeah, Zoloft, Klonopin, and just like start going down the line. You can't mix these. He's on ADHD medications too.
Well, you're absolutely right. Maybe I'll edit that out.
You could bleep out his name, maybe. Yeah.
He talks
45.
He talks about it on stage. He talks about all his medications.
No, I'm not talking about that. Just his name.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knows him. What are you gonna say?
No, I'm fucking. So, yeah. Aside from that, though, I do want to say this too, Mr. Lukester, you had a great fucking set,
guys.
That
What can I say? You let the dog off the leash. You get bit.
You're much more comfortable up there. What's going on with you, kid?
Well, I'm able to sell the comfort. I'm not comfortable at all, but I'm much more able to hide the nervousness.
Yeah?
Yeah, I pulled it off.
You're a comfortable fucker on stage, too. When did
I guess, yeah. That's pretty recent, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I would say. There's comfort at low level stuff, and there's comfort at higher level stuff, and then once you've done something that you think is high stakes and you realize that it's not, then everything is meaningless. Like I opened for a you guys know Maximini?
Yeah.
Yeah, I opened for
He's
him
on
in-
Heroes?
Yes.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, and he did a 1,000-seat theater.
Holy shit.
And then you do that set and you realize, it's not I wasn't ready for it. This was like a while ago. But you realize, this is not when I do a 30-seat venue, I have nothing to worry about. Nothing. I just did 10 minutes up top, cold, in front of people who mostly speak Farsi. That's his audience. It's Persian people. Yep. He had on the side. I'm walking into this huge theater in San Francisco.
Yeah, if you say near sea, I'm gonna fucking hit you with this bottle.
Look how white my knuckles are. Believe me.
If you interrupt Ben's story for a fucking near sea,
I chipped a tooth.
All right, I'm sorry, funny. Ben. Go ahead.
Well, what I was gonna say is like, on the poster for the show. So I'm walking into this venue. I'm nervous. This is like pre-pandemic. I'm not that deep into comedy. 1,000 people seems like a lot.
That's a lot.
I'm walking in, and the poster, like the billboard on the outside of the theater, it's a beautiful theater, says not in Farsi. So he used to do it in Farsi, and now it's not. And it's like, I didn't even know that was a language before I saw it on the fucking billboard.
I thought that was the name of the street.
That's the fucking successful level of fucking. We're gonna turn off the playoff game.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And they're like, why is this white Jew talking to us in English?
Oh yeah.
Why is he saying any? Yeah, why is he saying any of this in English?
You hear all their swords sharpening out in the audience? Bombs being constructed.
Well, and this is good too. I'm from San Francisco originally, and it's changed a lot. You can imagine tech has changed the city a lot.
Sure.
And Max goes, just talk about San Francisco, like you're from here. You can just say some. And in my head, I didn't really process what I was gonna do, and I went out and was like, tech has ruined this city. They had no idea what was going on. They don't. Now I know they lived in a suburb south of the city. They're not even from the city.
I know.
They don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like railing on Twitter. I'm like, there are homeless people living outside of Twitter's, and they're like, where's Twitter? We don't even know what this guy. And then finally, he segued into something that kind of works, but it was like. Bombing, shitting on tech, like roasting Mark Zuckerberg in front of a bunch of Persian people. That's pretty like that. If you're comfortable doing that, you'll be comfortable doing anything. That's basically it.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
And I know they're not. They don't care. They're waiting for 10 minutes for Max to go out there and alternate, and kind of speak like Spanglish. Mm-hmm. He's speaking like Fanglish.
Bomblish.
Sorry. Isn't that like that must be, I don't know if that's annoying when you're at that level where it's like he's so successful in not just one language but two.
Yes.
It's like
he has full command of that audience.
Yeah, and it's like, I can barely get 10 minutes in front of a normal English audience.
That's what they say about Miami too, right? With the Cubans and shit, like all like the big comics, because it's a huge Cuban crowd, and if you can't speak Spanish, like you're fucked.
It helps a lot. I bet.
Dude, minorities show so much. I dated a Persian chick, and they will fucking just support hardcore.
No, these at this time in comedy history, we're realizing there are enormous audiences for like Filipinos.
Yes.
Or Chinese. What's happening now?
Yeah.
You see their sense of humor.
Okay, but tell me what you think about this. I think that an ideal comedy audience is from different backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
Ideally, it's like a mix. Half the room laughs at some stuff and half doesn't necessarily. Like it doesn't need to be a collective unconscious 100% because not everyone has the same life experience.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I only do shows in front of people who agree with each other.
Sounds about right.
Do you know what I mean?
Or in front of that, but like
there's a woke audience,
yeah.
And then there's a Persian audience, and then there's like an alt-right audience. Like, wouldn't it be nice to have some some Persian people and guys wearing like goat heads, in the same audience? Painted faces with
it's almost more segregated now than it used to.
That's what yes,
which is crazy.
It's great for a lot of people. A lot of people have found niches, which is fantastic. But as far as like making broad material, like doing stuff that works for as many people as possible, it's almost impossible to do now.
Well, that's kind of the Netflix thing, where it's like Netflix will, they'll give a comic a special. It's like, hey, like, I'll use Eliza as an example. It's like, okay, Eliza, you're mainly,
ma'am, here's your special.
Like Eliza, for example, like, okay, her market's mainly like, basic white bitches.
Yes.
It's like, okay, and that's fine.
Which is actually an enormous
Huge.
demographic.
It's a gigantic market.
When you look at the fact that, what's his name? Joe Coy sells out arenas. It's only Filipino people.
Yes.
Arenas
yeah.
of Filipinos.
I gotta find a lot of straight acting gay people. Fuck. I'll be lucky if I get a fucking bus pass out of this shit.
Yeah. Tim Dillon's doing pretty well. I think he can pull it off.
For sure.
He's the guy. He's the guy to emulate. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I think it's almost better, like with like a Tim Dillon or like making your own audience. It's like that's really the only way you can get it.
He's got a more broad audience than almost anybody right now, and again, most people do not know who he is.
Yep.
Which is insane too, and it's great because there's so many people watching comedy. Taking in comedy content.
Yeah. That is the benefit though too of like having you open for someone like that, because too I know when Joey would throw me up, people weren't ready for it.
Yeah.
And that's the benefit though, is it's just like, here is this white Jewish guy, and honestly, give him a chance, and they usually will like that because they're there to fucking open up. So that's the one benefit that I've always loved. Like you see like too. Sebastian Maniscalco, Jim Norton, when they would open up for Dice.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fucking, like, you can be in the same vein, but it's just like,
Which it's pretty much those two combined to make Dice.
Exactly.
Ideally, you find someone, or you're opening for someone who's like your kind of comic, but it's never going to work out like that every time. Exactly. And it makes you stronger to open for some audience that like will not get you.
Oh, yeah.
And again, when I go home, I am not God. San Francisco, it's like the wokest place in America.
Say, dude,
they're not. They do not. They don't like it when a white guy is up there and doesn't immediately say that he's transitioning or something.
Doesn't apologize for being white.
No, it's not even like. Even if you apologize, they're like, "Oh, we've heard that one," but like they want me to be like,
God, you're right.
They want me to be like, "No, I'm black. I'm not white." Basically on the shows that I've done in San Francisco, I don't love it. When I'm home, I'll go to Sacramento. I'll drive somewhere else because I can do a little bit more time generally, and it's a purple city, working class.
Yeah,
it's way better.
That sounds awesome. I'd love to do fucking Sacramento.
Sacramento is actually a great stand-up city.
Yeah,
underrated.
Yep. San Diego is too.
And it's inland too. Too close to the water is not good for stand-up.
Yeah, it gets a little uppity.
Well, and also just they get, in the desert they get like they get fried. They say they're desert people who are like kind of spaced out.
Yeah.
There are beach people too who are just a little fried.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's funny, the old Stanhope quote where he was like, who wants to be in New York? Because nobody
Yes.
wants to fucking
so
be
good.
here. But he's like, but comedy works here.
Yes.
'Cause
So that's at the
they
beginning
don't
of the
do it-
special.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
do it in Hawaii because
Yes.
nobody fucking needs comedy in
He's
Hawaii.
yeah. Why would they have a stand-up comedy club in Costa Rica? There's no reason. And that's kind of what doing stand-up in Santa Barbara's like.
yeah.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's worse because those are like land-owning. They're not even just visiting. They
You're-
own property in Santa
You're
Barbara.
a dancing monkey at that point. They're there
Oh,
to
it's
see.
worse. And they literally want a dancing monkey.
Yeah, that's true.
That would kill.
They do not want someone who's forming complete sentences.
That is so fucking underrated, though. He's so
Dancing monkeys are funny, yeah.
Yeah.
But they want something that palatable. They basically have
Yeah.
the comedic sensibilities of like a German 5-year-old. You know? Non-English speaking child.
You're gonna walk Luke.
Or turn him on.
He's hung like a German fucking.
Yeah, no shit.
Have you watched like comedy overseas at all? Like sketch shows in Germany?
Actually, yeah.
How bad is it?
Well, it's funny because it's like, what? Okay, you
What's
can
the funny
kind of
part?
see what they're trying to do, and it's just like this has nothing. Yeah, this would never work.
That person would fail out of UCB 101.
Absolutely.
All right, if you had to pick a country where like you didn't know their language, but you think they would be the funniest, which one would it be?
I don't speak the language, but I think they'll be funny. That's a good question.
Wisconsin. Wyoming.
Yeah, I was waiting for
Want
that.
to go to Wyoming?
I want to say Japan because they know how to entertain.
This is a weird question.
Japan's it's a fascinating one. Japan's a good one. I bet Vietnam's pretty funny.
I can see
Some of those Asian islands, they've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And they're like they're eating a lot of street food. They're like playing drums on the side. They're like it's like street entertainment, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, the Philippines.
Yeah.
Those guys are all spinning on their heads. They sing, they dance. I bet they'd be into
the
comedy.
triple threats.
I was gonna say you guys
They're
fit
funny.
right the fuck in there. Oh, that fucking shit. You guys are fucking
Like
That's gonna be our new tour.
the countries that are not funny are like Sweden,
Like Eastern Europe,
Denmark, like Scandinavia, Eastern Europe. Nothing funny about those countries.
I agree with that.
Russians.
Yeah, you think Estonia is
Miserable.
funny?
No.
Moldova, remember the bartender at Haha from Moldova?
Yes.
That guy was not funny.
No, he was not.
He was
not
angry.
happy. Yeah, he was.
He, used to
Yeah.
go, he thought it was funny. Every time I walked in, he'd go, "Oh, there's the rapist." And I go, "Is this a joke? Are you trying to be funny?"
In Russia, they only laugh when the bodies fall funny.
Yeah.
Did you see how they fell?
He tried to climb building and fell off. They love that shit over there.
No one escapes.
Yeah.
I had a teacher in high school who's from, I think he was first generation American. His parents were from Russia, and he was like, "They drink Windex in Russia." And there was no punchline, no like alleviation of the tension. He was just like, "All right, moving on. They drink Windex. There's not enough alcohol, so they drink Windex." It's brutal. It's a brutal life, and it's too brutal for comedy. New York's
Yeah,
tough,
Yeah.
ripe for comedy.
Yep.
I think like being impoverished in Russia. I don't know if there's anything funny coming out of that. Like,
No, it's too much sadness.
Like
There's
holes
not
in-
enough hope.
yeah, exactly. You need a
Yeah.
little bit of hope.
You need a little hope.
The American dream doesn't hurt. You know, there's no Russian dream.
The taste of an American dream. You
Yeah,
need
exactly.
Just a little sliver of it.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
no, I think that's right.
The happiest Russians I've ever seen are ones that are like they find a grizzly bear that they can make do tricks. I'll be honest, that's the happiest.
Take him
I've,
to Santa Barbara.
that's the happiest I've ever seen. A
I
That's
was
Russian.
gonna
hilarious.
say, or a gay guy that's fucking very hairy. Like I'm just sitting
know- I
there
don't-
all naked.
I don't know if they allow that in Russia. You know,
No, that's what I'm saying. The point is, the joke is that they don't like homosexuals.
no, I get it.
They would
Oh,
kill
yeah.
everybody, but they would
they have
enslave
problems in
me.
Russia?
I was
No,
trying
they
to
have big problems, from what I've heard.
I was trying to punch it up.
Like when people make gay content on TikTok, they just get berated by Russian bots
Oh, shit.
and regular people.
Yeah, dude, Chechnya is like
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
know the Middle East and stuff, but I didn't know.
Well,
what
that
was
one
fucking off.
WNBA player, she's a lesbian, and they caught her
Oh.
with weed, and like they're not giving her back.
Whoa. I didn't even know that they still had WNBA players over there. They pay a lot of money for women's basketball.
I don't know why she's over there.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know why she's over there exactly, but she got caught with weed, and they're like, "Yep, we're not giving her back."
I do know a story where there was some Russian guy who was like starting a women's basketball team. He was paying these like WNBA players way more money than they make in America. They go to Russia, and the guy gets shot up in his limousine. He was a spy for someone, and he got killed. And these girls could have been in the limo with him.
Oh shit!
Like they had been in the limo before.
Damn.
That's Russia.
No comedy.
Yeah. That's not funny.
Fuck.
It's funny, they dodge bullet. That's my Russian accent.
That's not bad.
Well, I wish you were rushing out of here.
Putting our audience to sleep. Ooh.
Sorry.
Sorry, man. We all have one.
It's the wine.
It's
It's making me
wine.
unfunny.
Oh man, too much wine.
He sounded like my partner when it's the wine. Did you see how he looked into my eyes like that? It's the wine. We should go to bed soon.
Oof.
You can leave if you want. Sorry.
I'll try.
He wants everybody to know there's going to be no trouble from him. Lukey, abort.
Ben, where are you at? Are you in the Valley, or are you more like
I live in Hollywood.
in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah, we got a good spot. Dirt cheap at the base of the Hollywood Hills.
No shit.
I'm so lucky.
Have you tried to crash any parties?
Oh, I should. I've been to a couple. They're overrated. It's always like
They definitely are.
Yeah, I've been to parties where I'm like, whoa, this is gonna be awesome, and then it's just a bunch of comics who I know, and I'm like, how are you guys? How do they let you in the hills too?
They all thought it was a secret.
Yeah. That's what happens. Okay, actually, you guys will like this. So you guys know Jared Levin,
Yes.
and you know Sean.
that my show,
Sean Karen he's a cerebral palsy guy.
Yeah.
I think I was with a bunch of people, and we were all getting dinner. They were there. I got on New Year's Eve. This is pre-pandemic. I got invited to a party in the hills, and I thought, like, this is an exclusive party. It'll be really funny to bring Jared Levin and Sean Karen, the like dirty little guy who's like, he's got his brain is damaged from the sun, you know, and Sean who's like hobbling in there. And then I get in there, and it's all comics I know. Nobody even notices. Everybody's just like, hey, what's up, Sean? You know, like, no big deal.
Oh, fuck.
Some plastic surgeon's place, and there were a bunch of comics who were established, and then, like, a lot of open micers.
Oh.
And it was a nice house, but, like, I don't know. The parties are not cool.
Potato sacks, just fucking putting rolls.
Yeah.
And
No,
biscuits
it was
and
fun.
shit.
It was a lot of, like, Sean and Jared just, like, eating.
Dude, I was that same way at fucking Brian Singer's pool party.
Oh God.
Woo. I was like, we should drink before they pull the good stuff away.
Smuggling Twinks in a bag.
Fucking Gogo boys.
I went to one porn star party in the hills.
Yes.
But
Story.
she was
really?
Yeah, but she was a little older. But she was like I read her book and all this shit, and it was
had a
so fucking. Oh yeah, she wrote an autobiography. It was brutal. It's fucking horrendous.
Would we
So
know
bad.
her?
Probably not. Ashley Blue, her name is. She was bigger in like the early 2000s.
I think I actually know that.
Yeah, she's a fucking dirty chick.
That's actually, I was watching a lot more porn in the early 2000s.
yeah, like,
So I might know who
middles,
she is.
like 2008, 9, 10 era. Yeah, if you saw her, you might recognize her.
I bet I would.
She was cute.
By the way, they have her as an American writer and not a
Oh, let me see if
Yeah,
I
she
know.
tried
a
to
giant
like,
whore.
On Wikipedia, giant whore.
You see her in person, your hand starts to shake. Like Tom Hanks and Saving Private Ryan. I feel like I need to jerk off for some reason.
I read her book on the way to see my mom in Florida. I read it on the plane, and I like didn't even want to touch my mom. I was like, I need to take a shower before I fucking see your mom. It's so fucking atrocious. But it was so it was nothing but like old hippies. I was so fucking bummed. I was like Boogie Nights and like naked chicks jumping in the pool. It was old artists. I'm like, fuck, this sucks. I was so, and then I got kicked out because I got drunk and knocked over a bunch of bottles. And then she
Are you
was talking to
serious?
me,
You got kicked out?
Yeah, she's like, you should go. You're like out of control. And I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, I'm kind of drunk, and I knocked over an empty wine bottle. And she like freaked out. She was weird. Shocker. She was a little bit of a weirdo. She was a little high strung. But yeah, that was the last time I heard. But she was in that awful skit that we shot that she never rehearsed for. And was the worst actor I've ever had.
How did you know her?
Well, she's a writer, not an actress.
Yeah,
obviously.
I forgot. I think I found her on Instagram and I just started talking to her. And then she told me, and then I read her book and shit. And then she was like, yeah, I'm trying to be an actress. And I was like, you should be in this thing that I wrote, this funny guy sketch. She's like, oh yeah, I took acting lessons. And she skipped all the fucking rehearsals, so like something was up. And we didn't find out how bad she was until like shot one, take one of the first take of her first line delivery.
Oh,
and
no.
the whole fucking place looks at me and I'm like, oh. That was a rough. It was so much fun, but we knew from take one we're like, this is fucked. Like this is not. And we all just got hammered. We drank like 2 fucking handles of like Jim Beam. Everyone, the whole cast and crew got drunk. Shot at my old apartment. It was fucking fun, but it was terrible. It came out so fucking bad.
Luke has not had good luck with his hired actors for those
No.
sketches.
Every time, and then what's her name fucked me on that Star Wars sketch. It was supposed to be
And poor Debo.
It was supposed to be Oh yeah,
That's the second time we mentioned that.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks.
Oh, April. That porn star April O'Neil. She's so fucking hot.
She is hot.
She was supposed to play Princess Leia, and she fucking no showed on the day of the shoot. I'm like,
Oh,
you fucking
no
bitch.
way.
Yeah, I was so fucking bummed. Luckily, I got somebody to be in it, but that one came out so good. Space Fellas too. That was a good one. Yeah, it was supposed to be April O'Neil. I was so fucking psyched.
She's hot.
I had a hot Princess Leia fucking outfit for her and everything. Bitch.
Nice.
It's funny. Like, I don't know.
I had her phone number.
There's something about comedy and like that industry that just kind of goes hand in hand because like I know more obviously porn stars now than I did when I was just doing acting. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that just fucking annoys the shit out of me is like, you know, I'm friends with a few of them on Instagram, and there's one in particular that will always put like, just if you're not going to take care of your body now, you will end up taking care of it later. And it was like, invest in yourself. And then it's just like, okay, whatever. And then they'll be like, they'll get upset about what they charge for escort price, and they're like, this is non-negotiable. Like, never ask an escort to take less.
Oh.
And it makes me laugh because I'm like, I get that you're trying to keep the humanity in it, but here's another thing too. It's market value. Like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, I'm really sorry, but fucking Jenna Jameson isn't what she was worth back in the fucking 90s. And it's not to say that she's any less of a fucking person, but if I was going to sell my fucking fat ass, then it's just like, listen, 90s Eric would be a lot hotter than this Eric that you see. Yeah,
Squad record, Eric.
It's like when you go to a fish house and it just says market price for halibut.
Exactly. This is what's funny though. Okay, so one of those particular porn stars that post shit like that, they also posted, don't have things are looking grim, can't stand this, really dark place. And I messaged like, are you okay? And they were like, no, this happened. I was like, okay. So I bought them some groceries.
Whoa.
Okay? Literally just because not giving you money, but I'll buy you some groceries. Again, not looking for sex, nothing like that. Yeah. Gave them
bananas, eggplants. They
had COVID and they couldn't work. So I was like, okay, I get that. Like, yeah, absolutely. So gave them some groceries.
Jar fruits.
And
Sorry. Go.
I gave them some groceries, and then the very next time they're just talking more shit on Instagram, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, how can you be so condemning of others, and then like, yeah, you're fucking asking people for food and
you enabled
like that.
it.
It's just like,
you enabled
it. I absolutely did, and I was just like, oh yeah, like fuck me, like I don't. The more and more, especially maybe it's just a Hollywood thing, but the more and more like I've hung out with people of the night, it's there. Some of them are very broken toys.
Oh yeah,
And
you don't say
some of them.
I know, and it's just like
Speak for yourself.
I know. But not all of them. Again, the ones that know how to invest.
Most of them are like, you don't move here unless you're damaged. I remember like when I was a dipshit in like in my mid-20s, I was like, I'm gonna move to LA, and it's gonna be so great. I'm gonna get so much pussy.
Yep.
Because these women they're damaged. They just need attention. I was like, so, and this is like a fucked up 25-year-old, but I was just like, I cannot wait to take advantage of all these severely damaged women. And they are. It's sad in actuality. When you hit 32 and you're still here, and you're like I don't want to take advantage of these people. I want them to figure out that they shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah. There's seriously like
it's interesting watching people I've known for a while like go through that, like the life cycle, and it's like, oh, it starts getting a little crazy towards the end there, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
So we were talking about it before the show. I was hooking up with someone last night. Go-go dancer. I was lucky, whatever. And this person
where does he work? Where are these
freelance
places?
Heart was one of them. Aerial stuff, like they're really.
Oh wow! All right.
Like, so that's why
that's impressive.
The thing I thought.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Like this.
It's like
cool.
our jumbos is your that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was great because it was like look what I can do with my legs, and it's just like this is gonna be awesome. And then legit when you're going through it, it's just like you are so fucking high right now. And like I told you, I didn't know what they were on because I was like, what the fuck? And like the dog was like, roar, roar, roar. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, then he's like got his bowl in his mouth. Like, will you give me some fucking water? And I was just like, you poor little dog. Like, and I stopped and I was like, I can't do this right now because I feel like a piece of shit if I go and then I put some water in the bowl. So here you go. And I got the fuck out of there. And I wrote, I sent you the message. I wrote them, was like, hey, listen, it's not that I don't think you're attractive. It's just you're a little too fucked up right now. Maybe it's just me. I'm a little fucked up. No. But you're a little too fucked up right now. I'm not really enjoying it. I'm down to meet you when you're not as fucking inebriated. And then they
when you're less Tara Reid.
And they were like, thank you. And that was it. And I was just like, how many fucking guys like not us, but like fucking old men or whatever the fuck it is, just bang these fucking guys? And would you normally like is
not
this
us,
guy,
right? Not guys like us. I would never.
Hey, let me do it. Now do me. And here's the thing, like Brian Singer's party, people thought I was hideous there. I was the ugliest one there in the sea of Gogo boys. And people were very nice to me because, oh, look at fat, ugly Eric here. He's got to be a producer or something for Brian.
Oh, yeah, good point.
And I was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, okay. Like, here we go. Yeah, come sit next to me. And it was just like, can you believe these guys like me?
Sometimes it's good.
But that's kind of the fucked up. That's like what's so fucked up about LA is like any of that shit. Like even the hottest chick out here, like you don't know. Like she could literally be sucking some 60-year-old dick. Yeah. Because it's like, hey, he might be rich and give her attention. It's like you never know. LA's a fucking weird place. And it's like
I mean, if you talk to her for maybe 10 minutes, I think you'll find out.
Yeah, you can figure that out.
Just like context clues.
Hey, where's my wallet?
Well, just like how much of a space cadet is she? What's her overall demeanor? Mm-hmm. Has she ever finished a book before?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I'm a big supporter of sex work. Like, I've seen people that do it well. Like
I have no problem with it.
And it's just like the ones that do are fucking shrewd business people, and I'm like, this is incredible. Like, how the fuck can you be this brain? Like. Really quick, OnlyFans subscription. They have a free account. This guy, Reno Gold, I'm going to promote him. Reno Gold. He has a free OnlyFans, but then he's got one that you pay $14.99, and once a week he has a jerk-off video that he does. But only on the one that you're subscribed to can you buy the videos of him fucking. So, legitimately, he ropes you in with the free account, and then he gives you teasers of what you could be seeing, and then once you do pay that, then you can pay even more. So it's like fucking Scientology with some of these people.
Fucking Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, exactly. The more you pay, the more you get. And I was like, this guy made fucking millions. He makes millions of dollars.
And it's also like a Planet Fitness membership where you get it, and you're like, did I get that? You just forget.
Oh, yeah. That's got to be half the fucking membership.
And a year later, you're like, I'm still subscribed to Reno Gold? I've seen him fuck so many people. I'm done with this guy.
How much did I spend?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's like I wanted to spend $20 and that was it.
Fuck. Luke needed that surgery on his throat. And that's the exact amount of money I spent fucking jerking off.
I'm gonna start an OnlyFans where I do stand up, but I edit the throat out, so you can pay extra to see me look normal and do my fucking comedy.
Oh shit!
I do want to say this about haggling with sex workers. You were talking about that earlier. Like, it's not worth as much. It's worth whatever they say it's worth. If they say it's 1,000 and you go, how about 500? You think it's going to be good when you get 500? You get half of Jenna Jameson. Give her the 1,000 because you better get like the best version of her possible.
Well, here's the other counterpoint.
I think that's
I'll do to that.
Based on some more experience than I'd like to admit. That's what you do. If they ask for 40, you don't go here's 15.
No, exactly. Well, in terms of haggling, though, this is what I'm saying is everyone's like, about 5. By the way, that's a very shrewd fucking. How about 500? Get the fuck out of here. I'm talking about like, okay, it's 1,000 now, okay, and then you come back in 6 months when it's like, okay, what is it now? Like that's what I mean by in terms of market.
It's going to go down.
Exactly.
Yes. No, that makes complete sense. But if you're trying to undercut a prostitute, you're in for some shit. It's going to be
they
bad.
might just cut you.
Yeah. They'll steal something. Like you don't want to have sex with an angry person, much less an angry sex worker.
Yeah. No.
They'll make their money back.
And by deduction, sex workers are not people, based on what I just said.
See, he throws rights, but he throws a left in too. But that's what's interesting too, though, is they will, and I've seen it happen because if you go to like, I don't know what the prostitution thing is for straight people, but for rent men, it's funny because I've seen prices be like, yeah, this is my price, and then in like 6 months, it's a little bit lower, and I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, nobody was buying it that rate.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, this makes sense. So that's why, like I said, it's a very interesting business where it's just like, no, everyone has a market price, and you better be fucking close to that price because, again,
it's capitalism. You want to make money?
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Pick the right price.
Oh shit! Well, dude, I gotta say, man, you got the fucking goods, and I think we're gonna see a lot of awesome shit from you for a while.
I appreciate it. This was really fun.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks for having me on.
Man.
Thanks for coming, dude.
You're fucking awesome. You
Really
always
fun.
crushed.
I'll come back.
Yes.
Do it.
Any time, actually, and I'm trying to branch out, but I do a horse racing podcast where I bet on horse races.
Ponies.
Yeah, and I'm going to start doing some live shoots like at a racetrack and bringing you guys along. Like, I want to bring people who do podcasts together and promote.
I'd be
and all.
so down to do it.
It'd be fun.
I've never been to one.
That's
I'll teach.
awesome.
I'll teach
Oh,
you how
that's
to
so fucking
teach you
cool.
how to bet, and like the idea is it's like the equivalent of like an Anthony Bourdain thing, but it's not food,
awesome.
it's gambling.
All right.
With degenerates,
Dude,
Yeah.
it is fun. Like, it's a cool spot.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
You've
been
been to Santa Anita?
I went once
Yeah.
because it was my buddy, and he would do that for his birthday every year.
It's fucking fun.
How many horses did they kill that day?
They
Three to the glue factory.
They used to kill a lot. Supposedly they're not killing a lot anymore.
They had to change their dirt. Their dirt, I guess, was fucking them up.
Is it really?
They were running on the wrong soil. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, the soil was like.
I should do more homework.
Well, no,
I
there was
really
a particular soil that was cheaper, but it was breaking more horses' legs, and they had to kill them.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, compared to the movie industry, I don't even think horse racing's killed any horses.
Oh, yeah.
You know how many hundreds of if you watch a movie like Ben-Hur, if you watch that,
Oh my God, they definitely.
they probably killed thousands of horses filming that.
They did on, was that Going South? Or was it One-Eyed Jacks?
Oh,
The one that Nick
I think
was
it's
in?
Going South.
Yeah, they had like the worst like animal rights record of like any movie that
Yeah,
got sued
yeah.
and shut down.
No, pre 2010, they were just killing as many animals as they could. Basically,
That Dustin Hoffman show, they shut it down after like 2 episodes. There was supposed to be a whole thing about him running a racetrack on HBO, and like infamously,
Yeah.
like 5 horses died in like a fucking week. And like they shut the whole fucking thing down.
And the difference is like, when your horse is like is going to win money for you potentially, you take care of that horse.
Yeah.
When your horse is in a movie, you're just like, you know what I mean? You don't care at all.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because like even like some of the like you look at like for example Django Unchained where like they're getting shot and like it falls.
Yes.
Like some of the horse, it's like how do they not snap their?
They're fake.
Severely injured. Has to be injured.
They're fake. They're fake horses. They're all over the place. They were extremely realistic.
Were you an extra
fake.
or something? Were you there?
My boss worked on it.
Oh,
I was there
okay.
for like a
All
week.
right.
Yeah.
They're fake.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a whole. I mean, they have real horses. But when they fall, they're like they cut in. And it's like a fake. Like there's a way to fake it. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Because I thought they were real dead horses. They're like, no, they're fake. I was like, holy shit.
A movie shot in the '80s, they're all dead.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look, they're taking that horse behind the building.
Poor little Philly.
Oh, what happened? Fucking sound effect.
Mr. Dead.
Hey, wait a minute. The Verzies are taking Sean behind that building.
Why is Eric taking his body away? He's in his trunk. He likes Sean's butt.
He likes a good price.
I thought that was the popper guy.
No, my brother is a fat ass. So
got it.
Roach has been grooming him for years.
Get him in that truck. Wait, I'm still alive. Please don't do. All right, got greedy.
Yeah,
That happens.
Well, anyways, so you want to go to the ponies?
I'm down, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so down.
I'm trying to figure out logistics, and I got to schedule it in advance. But I'll have you guys could all come. It'll be fun, and
Sweet.
we'll
Fuck
film it, and
fucking fun.
and you'll gamble. It'll be a good time.
No shit.
Yeah.
Alrighty, man. One more time, your information, Instagram.
Ben Herwitz, really Ben Herwitz on all platforms. Ben Herwitz comedian on Instagram. Ben Herwitz on. Trying to build up YouTube is tough. I bet you guys have a big YouTube. YouTube is a pain in the ass.
That's the one we don't have, but it's a
And
fucking pain in the ass.
I'm learning that's. Sorry to keep this going.
No, you're good, buddy.
I'm learning that's the only one that matters, and I'm like.
Really?
I actually am doing okay on some other platforms, and they're like, nope, if you don't have YouTube, you're dead to us.
Fuck.
Trying to
Dude,
sell things because that's what makes the most money, right? When you get YouTube
It's
views.
literally once you can fully monetize yourself and like you can make a living doing it yourself, that's when they want you.
Yes.
It's so fucking annoying.
I heard
they used
Facebook
to-
pays more, right? They're saying now, right?
Right
The
now,
Facebook Reels?
dude, I'll talk.
Facebook's good, right?
Facebook's crushing right now on money.
Huh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll send you the link afterwards.
Yeah. But thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Ben Hurwitz. On my left.
At Mitchell Verzi, doing a show with Vinny Falcone, former guest here, on March 25th, Friday at Fourth Wall Cafe.
The next Friday after
Let's
me.
go.
Hopefully the roof is still on the place when we're done with my show, March 19th, this fucking Friday. Woo! And Uncle Luke 2 on Instagram.
And we'll see you guys Wednesday. And Ben, you're fucking awesome. But thanks for doing it again.
Thanks
man.
again, guys. That was fun.
I don't know no better, so let's blame the weather. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. 'Cause I got no care when I hit my groove. Well, my music's rolling, I'm moving to that kick and swing, and I put Zeppelin on when I feel the blues. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it.